Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. This is episode 5 of my musical journey. I'm calling this particular one of death and black metal. As you can no doubt tell, Cannibal Corpse, I'm a death metal fan. So probably the album that I'm going to show that really kind of got me into death metal might be a bit of a surprise, but I'll give you a bit of a background, if you will, on my knowledge of death metal. I've known about it for years. Let's put it this way, I bought the cassettes for Cannibal Corpse, Eaten Back to Life, and Tomb of the Mutilated. When I was a kid, at the time I didn't think much of them. You know, I didn't like that I couldn't understand the vocals. I didn't get it. It took many years to really get into death metal. You know, I liked it on and off. I liked certain songs or whatever. But there was one album that kind of cemented it for me. And that is Behemoth with Evangelion. So you're probably thinking, like, the hell? It's like, that's like a newer album or whatever. It's like, well, I say newer. I think it was like 2009, yeah. To this day, this is one of my favorite Behemoth albums. I love it. And I really like Behemoth as a whole. What I dug about Behemoth was, well, at least with this album, if you listened hard, you could make out what Nergal was singing. And that helped, you know. I got into it, I dug it, really good stuff. I went back then, listened to some classic death metal, whatever, found a new appreciation for it. Always kind of liked it, but, really got a real love for it. This also segued into my love of black metal, because you may not know, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you probably do, but Behemoth started out as a black metal band, and, I'd always heard the term black metal. I never really got it. Then I listened to this, and I was kind of like, you know what, maybe I should give that more of a listen. So I did. One of the first proper black metal albums I ever actually got, again, it was a bit of a later one, was Gorgoroth with, I never know how to pronounce this, Quantus Posant ad Senitatum Trahunt. I loved this album. It was so good. There was like a mixture of like these vocals that sounded like they came out of the pits of hell, with like genuinely good guitar playing and like good music as a whole, and it was kind of like it kind of blew my mind that, you could have both. I mentioned before, like in another video about, like with some examples of punk where it's, they're not technically good musicians, but they have the attitude and they bring it in. This kind of has the mixture of not necessarily the greatest musicians mixed with some really damn good musicians. Infernus, I believe, is one of the best guitarists around. I find his playing just phenomenal. And this album is so good. It really is. This is one I definitely need to upgrade to vinyl sometime, because it's badass. So, that was my introduction to black metal, which then inevitably led me to the mighty Darkthrone. Darkthrone are the GOAT. I honestly believe, like, let me put it this way. Varg, who killed Euronymous from Mayhem, whatever, who's usually, kind of a jerk, whatever. The only bad thing he could say about Fenris from Darkthrone is he drinks too much. That's it. No one has anything bad to say about Fenris from Darkthrone at all. And I find that really kind of neat. And the music kicks ass, and, it's Darkthrone. What else can you say? And they're a band that change genres quite a lot. You'll get like this, Under a Funeral Moon. black metal. You know, you'll get like some of their later albums will go into almost like crust punk type stuff, and all this like different experiments so much is damn good. So that actually led directly to this next album, which is the first Bathory album. This album was a complete grail item for me, and it's not even that it's hard to find. I mean, this is a repress on Black Mark, 2003 repress. It's not hard to find a copy, but I never found any in stores or whatever. I had to order this online, and I love it. This is lo-fi, dirty, raw black metal, the likes of which it's never really been lived up to since. And it's just awesome. So yeah, Bathory. And last up for this particular section, we got a band that I've come to know recently. I'd heard of them, never really, gave it too much thought. That's Deathspell Omega. This is the Furnaces of Pelagenesia. I can never pronounce that properly. A lot of glare on that, sorry. Really solid, like French black metal. I love Deathspell Omega. They are so good. And so the fact that people don't talk about them all the time kind of bothers me. But it is what it is, right? So yeah, that's it for now. See you next time.